Hi, welcome to this video today, which is on the 27th of April. We are on Wednesday. Today's video, we are going to be giving our updated views on the euro and euro correlated currencies pairs I want to review in this video are going to be euro against the USD, the JPY and the GBP. And in terms of euro correlated currencies, I want to look at the USD against the PLN and CZK. Now, in terms of recent forecasts, been heavily bearish of the euro. The euro's had a bit of downside since we did our video at the weekend. On the euro USD, it's been a really good move to the downside. I think there's far more weakness to come in the euro. And in terms of the USD against the Eastern European currencies, far more upside. Now, let's go and take a look at the trade setups. But just before we do so, please always keep in mind, it is my view as of right now. It can, of course, change in line with the market action and conditions. If you want to learn all our trading techniques and also check out our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 FX pairs, just go to the link beneath this video and you can get live access to our members centre. And also follow our Facebook page and join our Facebook group of traders if you wish. Now, in terms of the trade setups, let's go and take a look at them. We're on Euro USD daily chart, and it's had a nice move to the downside, but coming into monthly support at 105. I'll show in a minute how you could play this pair with ideas of entries and stops and so forth. But just before I do that, I want to go to why we are so bearish of the euro. Now, this chart here shows how the market sees ECB interest rates going, and basically they're negative at the moment, but the market actually thinks rates are going to go up, and they've got 75 basis points basically priced in for the end of the year. Now, the euro can't even rally when the market is seeing the ECB as hawkish in terms of interest rates. I do not think that this hawkish view will prevail. You've got some hawks at the ECB, but Christine Lagarde, the president, out and out dove, and I think her and the doves will prevail. They cannot raise interest rates in Eurozone. It would be a disaster for the poor nations of the zone, Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece. They cannot take higher interest rates. Discussed this in previous videos. So, yeah, if they were to raise interest rates, it's priced in. I just think if they raised interest rates, they'll just bring the inevitable recession in Eurozone to come quicker. Yeah, Eurozone is heading for recession. Okay, we discussed this in previous videos. So yeah, it's not looking good. Next chart, I showed this in the last Euro video. A lot of people are saying the Euro was oversold. This is from IG Think. Is it oversold against short-term fair value? No. It's here. It was here when I did my last video. It's only just gone below the zero line. It is not oversold, the euro, and speculators are heavily long. Now, in terms of Eurozone, getting hit hard by the Ukraine crisis, let me just show you this chart. Obviously, it's in the news today, Russia was cutting off the gas to Poland. Look at the spike in natural gas. If you get full interruption, it's going up 2.2% of Eurozone GDP. Okay, so Russia-Ukraine is really weighing on the zone. It will send it into recession, in our view, and I do not see this ECB, hawkish stance continuing. If it does, it's in the price as far as we're concerned. Now, what I want to do is just quickly flick over to the monthly chart. Bearish the euro for a while. It's like now accelerating to the downside, but you are hitting the kind of 105 support level here. We just literally traded above it today. Will 105 level break? I think it will. Then we'll be going down another 500 pips in our view. But we could have a bounce first of all. So let's have a look at how you could play this trade if you wish. In terms of our position, we're still holding it from 108.50. But we're now down at 105.64 when I was doing that. Well, sorry, when I uploaded the chart. We got down to 105.16. I think take 50% if you've got the open position in. You've got 300 pips, okay? Then leave the other half run, or if you wished, you could take both in. We're taking half. Now, how would you play getting into the trade? I personally think we'll probably get a little bit of a rally. If we get above 106, okay, just sell back through the round number or come off these resistance levels, okay? What about if we don't rally? I would take a clear break of 105. So I would go 104.80. You can see it in my notes. And then if it does break lower, the stop would be 106.60, which is above today's high. Okay, I think that's enough room. And then look for it to, go down, hopefully, to the par level. In terms of the euro, I just don't see much upside. Hopefully I'm not cursing the trade by saying that, but plenty of downside. We remain out and out bearish of euro USD. Now let's go and take a look at euro JPY. Right, we are on euro JPY. Now I did do a video on Monday covering cross trades. I actually forgot to release it to subscribers. I just published it on YouTube. So you may have seen my view on euro JPY, or you may have not. But in terms of this pair, I just want to go through how it's unfolded. Euro really goes higher on the view that Japan won't interest rates. Obviously, the fact that market believes Eurozone will help the euro. But when we got up here, we stalled. Okay, you had that poke at 140 and then come off. And then we sold with an aggressive entry at 139.30. And the reason we felt the market was stalling is market just too short the yen, too many euro long positions. Now, I just want to show you a chart, and this one says one-way traffic, and it's basically a chart. This is just generally, just the asset managers, big money on the COT net traders positions. They had bearish bets at a record at the end of last week. This is just generally against other major currencies. The yen just very oversold generally. Now, in terms, if we looked at how the positioning was in euro JPY, it's just a spreadsheet from our site. If you haven't seen it before, it's very simple. What we do is we look at the ratio, you can see on my cursor is, of what large speculative funds have got in terms of longs over shorts. They're 10.6 to 1 in terms of longs over shorts, so very, very bullish of the euro. And then on the other side, commercials, these are hedgers, 3.6 to 1. They're seen as smart money in terms of their bearish bets over their bullish bets. If you take divergence, it's 14.2. Anything above 10 will normally get us interested in a trade. And actually, this divergence is the biggest in a few years. That's why we thought the yen would break. The euro would break down on the yen. So far, it's near enough 400 pips, but I think there's more to come. Okay, now how would you play it if you wanted to come in fresh? Well, my view is we got above 136, just sell back through 136 with a stop behind this level. Okay, you can see my stop there, 137.10, or just sell a little bit of weakness through the two bodies. Okay, you still need to stop at 137.10 in my view, but if you got through the low, then I think the stop could come into about 136.50. So you can play it, sell a rally and look for it to fade or fail, or sell more weakness. I think get to 132, maybe even 130. This is a decent trade for us in euro yen. I did say in the last video we did do a reasonable size position on this red that came through, then we got stopped down, so it's made up for that trade and a little bit more. So bearish of euro JPY. Euro GBP, this is quite a messy chart, but if we take the pound, if you look at it just generally, it's been sold really hard, and I think it's been sold a little bit too hard. We're now seeing speculators really pile into pound shorts, and smart money commercial hedgers are going long the pound. Just to show you how bearish the market is of the pound, I just want to show this article here. UK set for the slowest growth in G7 as Ukraine war hits global economy. I would say that the Eurozone is getting hit harder than the UK. But that's just how bearish the market is of the UK or the GBP. You can read the article for yourself. It's on BBC News. They cite the International Monetary Fund projections for the UK. They're notoriously wrong with their projections, and I hope they're going to be wrong this time. So the euro bounce. Oh, sorry, wrong chart. The euro bounce up. We sold at 84.40. We've come down to 84. If you're coming in fresh, you always sell back if you rally, but take a break below support. And in my view, you could look for a move to daily chart lows, but longer term, I think euro's going way lower. And I've highlighted this level in previous videos. I think we should get down to the 80 level. Okay, so when this big blue comes up where my cursor is, and slices out a bit of resistance. So yeah, potentially good downside. This is a good risk reward trade in my view for position traders. So yeah, let's see what happens with these pairs now, and let's move over and take a look at the USD against the CZK and PLN. Right, we're on the USD PLN, and we looked at this pair on Saturday when I did that USD video, and at the time we were sitting back here on the blue. We wanted to see this double top give way. Briefly poked it there. Then we follow through the double top, and we're following through today. I just feel now we're going up to here, and then I'm going to run an open target. I'm extremely bearish of the PLN. It's right on the border with Ukraine. Before the conflict, it did big business with Ukraine and, of course, Russia. That's now gone. The Russians have cut off the gas. You've also got a lot of tension between Russia and Poland. You know, you got Poland trying to sell, well, they did sell tanks to Ukraine, trying to sell fighter aircraft. They've got NATO troops on their soil training Ukrainians. I just think its proximity to the conflict is going to make people weary of wanting to put big positions long on the zloty. It's a very volatile situation. Now, I think if you wanted to play this pair, if you wanted to come in, you've got to have your stop behind this level. You could wait for more strength and then maybe pop the stop below the low, or just take a bounce, or, well, not a bounce, but take a pullback and see if we strengthen off this big level, where I think it's a big level now here. Okay. Yeah, plenty of downside. And if we look at how this chart has evolved, that's the initial hit of the Ukraine crisis. Then the dollar's a bit overbought, we fall back. Then you get all that ceasefire talk, optimism about it. Then the dollar just worked its way higher. Now it's moving up. I just feel the way this crisis is going, USD will make new highs. Also, if we get risk off, let's say stock markets start to sell off, then yeah, PLN, also CZK we'll look at in a moment, they're kind of emerging market economies. They will get hit hard. Okay. Next one, USD. Sorry, I need to go the other way. USD CZK. It is exposed, obviously, to Eastern Europe or Ukraine-Russia crisis, not as much so as Poland. But what I would say with the CZK, it is just so overvalued. And I think in terms of this one, yeah, it's a kind of similar kind of chart to USD PLN, but we started to move up now. We cleared a big 23 levels. This resistance over here, I think that's a long with a stop back here for fresh positions. Obviously, we've got existing positions in, so you might want to wait for a pullback, but we're not going just here. I think we're going even higher. I think fair value for USD CZK is about 25. Okay, so if we look at the profit potential, 25 is up here somewhere, no? Okay, so I think it looks a decent trade, and I think, say a lot of videos that always look for the lesser looked at pairs for opportunities, because they can very often give you good trades. Both these have worked well recently for us, and we'll see if that continues. But yeah, that's the video for today.